Serious backlash for journalism. Harvard University's The Crimson protested on campus just for requesting a comment from ICE for an immigration story. The paper defending itself, saying it's just practicing journalism 101. DJ Lacey is a student at Harvard University. He joins me now. Good morning, DJ.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right. So you're a student there. What do you make of all of this?
I am. So yeah, this has been, a really interesting development over the last week, and I frankly find it pretty outrageous that these calls to boycott the paper simply for adhering to, journalistic standards of integrity. It is the Crimson's stated goal to inform the student population of Harvard and beyond of what's happening. And in this case, it was the Abolish ICE rally, and it is their duty as journalists to go out and collect as many perspectives for a story as possible, just to create, a fair and balanced reporting. So I found it outrageous, these calls to, boycott a paper simply for, upholding, journalistic principles.
Yeah, you're right about that. DJ, what are you studying at Harvard?
So I'm studying government and economics.
Right,
so this is an issue. I've worked a lot with free speech on campus, with the Leadership Institute and campus reform. So this is an issue, the bigger implications of free speech and freedom of the press that I'm really passionate about.
All right. Well, a campus group started this petition against the Crimson, and they say, we are extremely disappointed in the cultural insensitivity displayed by the Crimson's policy to reach out to ICE in this political climate. A request for comment is virtually the same as tipping them off. Over 650 people on campus signed that petition. So it's not just one or two. It seems from the outside looking in like a pretty big movement. What are people on campus saying about this?
So you're right. So it is a pretty substantial portion of our student population on campus that has signed on to this. So I think that, the campus is pretty divided. I think it's important to point out that, the Harvard Crimson is a more, liberal paper. So the fact that you have all these activists, they're actually calling for the boycott of the paper, just shows, how far left they're willing to go in order to, malign ICE and, limit free speech on campus.
Interesting. DJ, what would happen if somebody showed up to class wearing a MAGA hat?
That's really hard to say. It just depends on the professor. I mean, in most cases, the student would be subject to certainly a lot of hate and possible, repercussions based on grading and things like that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of work to be done with free speech on campus. And, as a conservative and as a freedom-loving American, that's something I'm passionate about. These are values that I want to, protect and work to uphold. So that's exactly what I'm doing on Harvard's campus.
Well, the paper is sticking to their story, so they're not backing down. DJ, thank you so much for your insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, as we head